Triads in space! Whoa! Hey, everybody. Today we're going to do diminished triads. Diminished triads, not diminished 7 chords. There is a 3-note version of a diminished chord. If you don't know what root position and inversions are, go check out Triads in Space Part 1, major. We get into that. We're going to do diminished right out the gate here. So, first things first, let's start and end on root position. This shape is a little bit of a stretch, right? You gotta spread out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets. And I've noticed a lot of my students, when I give them this, their instinct is to use the ring finger for that middle note, for that third. But this seems obviously harder to me than using your middle finger for it instead. Because basically, you're either gonna have a stretch between these 2 fingers, if you use that middle finger, or if you're using your ring finger, you're gonna have to do that same 2-fret stretch, but it's gonna be with these 2 fingers, which seems obviously harder. So I would suggest using your middle finger for this first shape. But everybody's hands are different. If that's harder for you, maybe that you're fine doing it the other way. I don't know. There's our there's our first inversion shape. Now I would use all 3 fingers but the pinky on this one, because then you can bar to get the 4th, 5th, 4th frets on the next voicing. We gotta shift down for this G flat on that last one. And then we're in business. There's a lot more hand shifting that you need to do in diminished than the major and minor. So if you're thinking to yourself, hey, how come I'm doing so much? You're probably doing it right. I'm gonna get the click track going, and we'll play these chords together. Starting with whole notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Alright, so our second bunch of chords is going to start in first inversion, which means the thirds on the bottom. So we got to find an E flat, which is the flat third of a C diminished chord, right? We got to find an E flat on the lowest string, which is right there on the 11th fret. Put your ring finger on that. And then, yeah, E flat, G flat, C. Now this is like I said, a first inversion voicing, and it's exactly the same shape as our second chord in that previous bunch of voicings, right? There it is, right there. Same shape on the neck, same shape in note space, I'm gonna call it. Moving along, we got second inversion, and then we're on root position. Now this is the same shape as the one we started on, root position. But because of the tuning of the guitar, where G and B are a major third instead of a 4th, the shape gets compressed a little bit. Same notes though. Alright, so let's get the click track going and play these guys. Whole notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 notes now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, last bunch of these guys. Second inversion. So this guy is going to be the 5th on the bottom, which is a G flat. So let's find our G flat. You can do it here. But in order to have enough space, we're going to do it up here on, what is that, the 14th fret. And then we're back to our root position shape. Hey, look at that. That's the first one we did, right? And now, for these last two, you can get away with doing a bar on the top 3 strings of the 11th fret, you know? Second inversion, root position, first inversion, and then you can use that bar right here for... All right, so let's get the click track going and play these guys. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Now I just want to say, I can hear some of you in the comments going, that's not half notes, you're putting kind of a rest in there. You're playing like quarter notes and then a quarter note rest. And to those people, I would like to say, you're right. Also, shut up. All right, last 2 exercises. We're going to go up and down each of the 3 groups. First bunch, here we go, whole notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next bunch. Second inversion. First inversion. Down to root. I'm leaving that in. First inversion. Second inversion. First inversion. Root position. All right, that's enough. All right, next we're gonna do all on the same strings up and down each inversion. So staying on the same 3 strings, our lowest trio, we start on the root, come up first, come up to second, then back down to first, then back to the root, and then we're gonna go to the next set of strings, right? And do that same thing. I'm gonna call this vertically 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next strings. Next strings. Next strings. Back down. Keep it going. And done. That's kind of a hard one, that last one we just did. So if you did good up until that exact point, don't feel bad about that. That's a lot of, I don't know what it is about those diminished shapes, but they seem to be really challenging for people. Excellent work. You can now play the diminished triad in all of its inversions in close voicing anywhere on the neck. That's pretty sick. All right, great. So do me a favor, like and subscribe. And, you know, the next part in the Space Triad series is probably on screen right now. Click on it, wherever it is. Would you like? Could you, if you subscribe, then if you could do it, in space, we're gonna Triads. So if you like it, then and it'll, personally, it helps me when personally, if you could just like and subscribe, if it'll, if you could like and if you could click and subscribe